I'm Scott.
I'm Ren.
And we're StitchandTravel.com. We're here today at Cleburne State Park. It is a wet and rainy Texas summer afternoon. Not nearly as hot as it was last week. We hit 107 last week, and it's about 85 now. Much nicer. Kind of humid.
It's wonderful. It is just great. I'm able to be outside. Yay!
Ren broke her ankle right after our Davis Mountains trip back in the middle of June. And this is the first that we've been out to a state park in about 2 months. So we're ready.
Oh, I'm so ready. So very, very ready. And I'm so glad to be able to come out to the park because being in the chair and sitting 5 days a week was great. Monday through Friday, I'm used to it. I work, do the video, do the vlog. Then the weekend comes and I'm used to going. And that was just horrible.
And we're also trying out some new audio gear, new microphones, trying to up our game just a little bit. We're still learning how to do all this. So we'll see when you're watching this video if it worked out well or not.
Yeah, make sure to give us some feedback and let us know if you're liking the audio. Is this annoying you, us going back and forth? Or should one of us have a lapel mic? Or should both of us have a lapel mic? What do you guys think?
We wanted to talk today a little bit about how our travel and our project for visiting the Texas state parks, how that all interacted with our marriage. Mm-hmm. We both have hobbies that the other's not very interested in.
Yeah, like Irish music.
Embroidery, sewing.
I don't sew anymore. I got rid of the sewing machine.
And so we do things that are separate. We have groups that we take part in and that the other, doesn't have much interest in. But the parks are the thing that pulls us together again. It's the thing that we do together and that we share with one another.
Right. You should always have hobbies away from each other because that enables you to have friends and activities where you can get away from the other person for a short period of time, because space is good. That personal space, getting away from each other a little bit is good. But we have found finding a project that we're working on together has really helped us get a lot closer. We already got close enough. We were always in the vehicle traveling, whether it was to Oklahoma to see family or, just finding little places, because I'm a goer. I go constantly. Scott doesn't like to sit at home. If he's at home for even a couple of hours after he's got home from work and he's not moving or doing something, he wants to go. So yeah.
Staying home on a weekend is rough for me for the most part. Even before we were together, we both liked to travel and explore and learn new things. And one of our favorite things is when we just go for a drive somewhere when we don't even know where we're going to go. Sometimes we do this when we didn't even know we were going to go. We get up in the morning and we go out for breakfast. And while we're sitting at breakfast, we start talking. And 12 hours later, we come rolling in at midnight.
We end up in Houston or Austin or who knows where we are.
Some of our best trips aren't planned. We used to joke that if we planned on things, they didn't happen. So we would just do them when they entered our head.
Pretty much the trip when we went to San Francisco, we had been doing some planning, but we didn't plan it more than 30 days ahead of time. And there was a time or two I thought it was going to fall through. And he's like, no, we're going.
Yeah, the trip we made to Austin, where we went to Brazos Bend and Stephen F. Austin, Fort Boggy, Fort Parker. That was not planned at all. We were having breakfast and we called a friend of ours and said, hey, mind if we come visit? And we were off for 4 days.
It was great. It was absolutely wonderful. It was a really good trip. But right there, it's that spontaneity that most marriages, you have to have. You've got to have some spontaneity. For some, it's sex. For others, it's, woohoo, we're going to do something fun, game night. For us, it's taking a trip out of the middle of nowhere.
I love the wilderness. I love being outdoors in nature. Some of the Texas state parks are very much wilderness, and some of them are, very much parks. You couldn't quite call it a wilderness, but it's more wild than Fort Worth is. And so I love getting outdoors. I bugged her to go camping for a long time before I finally talked her into it, and then she got the bug, the camping bug, not bit by a bug, but that happens a lot too.
Yeah, you gotta wear bug screen stuff.
So our love of travel, our love of going and learning new things, getting to spend time with one another and getting to be outdoors, add that some exercise that we both need with hiking and all, and it turns out to be a perfect project for us.
It does. And one of the things that I like is that we're getting out and we're trying new things. We never really climbed in the mountains before, and a few months ago we were in Davis Mountains. I never would have thought 5 years ago that we would have been doing this, because I didn't want to go camping. I didn't want to get wet. I didn't want to mess with the bugs, but I'm doing it now. And it's because I gave him to him, and because I let go and I tried something that he wanted to do. It helped open my mind to this. Now look at us. We're making videos. We're talking about getting in an RV and traveling, and that right there, you got to be secure in your marriage to be in, 200 square feet at the most. That's crazy, but I want to do it.
And just a little over a year ago, I went out to do a little bit of stargazing at the Copper Break State Park, and the skies there are amazing. They're one of the darkest areas you can find in Texas. And I took a lot of photos. I tried to take photos of the stars using my cell phone, and that's not at all feasible. I didn't really think it was going to be, but I tried. And I came home and told Ren I needed better photography equipment because I wanted to take some astronomical photographs and I needed a good camera. And almost a year ago today, I borrowed one from a friend, and I have been obsessed with photography ever since. And we've been going to parks all over the place, and the photography is my entryway into the parks and the hiking.
And then I love to do the website stuff, and I'm an organizer, and I love getting in there and getting my hands dirty and doing the paperwork and things, which caused us to get involved in the Texans for State Parks organization, which pulled us even further into the parks, because now it's my job to go to the parks. Well, it's not a job, but it's more than a hobby at this point, and it's wonderful. I love it.
And so we spend, most of our weekends we spend pretty much with each other the entire time, traveling to the various parks. We also find that on our road trips is when we have our best conversations.
Yes.
And we will travel for miles and miles, and that's when we plan out the things we're going to do and figure out what our dreams are, and scheme and plot, and that's our time to pull closer together as these road trips.
Yeah. There have been a lot of decisions made in the cab of that truck. And I'm glad, because otherwise we never would have gotten out of our box, which is the apartment or the house, and gotten out here. And which is why we chose Get Out, Live Life Outside Your Box, because we want to tell everyone, come join us. Get outside of your house, get outside of that comfort zone, and let's go do something fun. Let's get out and do something.
Figure out what makes you happy, and spend as much of your time as possible doing that thing, and don't wait.
With your spouse.
Yeah.
Or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your kids or your parent. Spend the times that you love doing things together. Spend time with them. It'll be important to them.
Well, we're going to wrap this up. And until next time, get out.
Live life outside your box.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.